Hello. Here we have 6-3 for sixth graders. This is the 6-3 examples and triads. This is the triad from the first example. The area of a movie theater is 225% of the area of the old theater. If the new theater was 100% of the old theater, it would mean it's exactly the same size. So 225% means it's gotten bigger. So 225% as a fraction. Remember, a fraction is however many parts you have out of 100. So this would be 225 parts out of 100. You could reduce that fraction if you wanted to. 100 and 225 both have a factor of 25 in common. So if I divide 100 by 25, and if I divide 225 by 25, I end up getting 225 divided by 25 is 9. Yeah, 9. And 100 divided by 25 is 4. So 9/4 is the fraction. If the old theater was, if its whole self was 4 parts, then this new theater's whole self is 9 parts. So it's more than doubled in size. And then we're supposed to write it as a decimal. You have a couple options to write this as a decimal. You absolutely can do long division. And you might be groaning right now. Remember, the number on bottom goes on the outside. I can take 4 out of 9 twice. Remember, it's divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So the division, I can take 4 out of 9 twice. Now I'm going to multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. And now I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. And then finally, I'm going to bring down. So there's nothing to bring down there, so I'm going to put in a decimal point and put in a 0 and bring that down. Notice I haven't changed the value of 9, it's just now I'm calling it 9.0. Samesies. Okay, so now we're going to do it again. How many times can we divide a 4 out of 10? Again, you can do it twice. So we've divided. Now we're going to multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. And then our next step is to subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. And then, since it wasn't 0, that means we're going to bring down another number. We're going to bring down this 0. And now I think it's going to work. So, the very last part, we're going to divide. How many times can you divide a 4 out of 20? And the answer is 5 times. And this should be even. 5 times 4 is 20. And we subtract. The answer is 0. We're good. So 225% as a fraction is 9/4, and as a decimal is 2.25. You know, it's not a coincidence that this number and this number look so similar. It's not a coincidence at all. It really just has to do with moving decimals, and we're going to be getting into that a little bit more as we go. How would you write 1.75 as a percent? 1.75, that's 1 in 75 hundredths. Let me think about this for a second. Okay, I've thought about it. Check this out. If I wanted to make 1.75 look more like a fraction, I could put it over a 1, right? Because any number over 1 is itself. So I haven't changed the value of it at all. I've just made it look like a fraction because I thought it might be fun to use a ratio. Because check this out. What we've learned is that a percentage is the parts out of 100. So what would you have to do to 1 to get it to be 100? You'd have to multiply it by 100. And whatever you do to the bottom, you got to do to the top. And 1.75 times 100 is 175. And now that it's over 100, we know that it's 175%. And again, notice 1.75 and 175 are related, and it has to do with decimal movements. Give an example in which you would use a percent that is greater than 100. Oh, I'll give you an example. Let's say you got a raise. Let's say that yesterday you made $20, and today, if you're going to make 100% of that, it means you're going to make $20 again. But what if today I gave you $40 instead? That means you made 100% and another 100%. That would mean today you're making 200% of what you made yesterday. Example 3 can get to be a little bit tricky. Let's see. We want to write each of these as a fraction and as a decimal. What I want to tell you is you could write a fraction that has a decimal in it, but what we always go for is writing fractions that don't have decimals in it. So the numerator and the denominator are both integers, which are numbers that are whole, I guess. Talking about whole numbers in a fraction, but that's a discussion for another day. So I want to write 2/5% as a fraction and as a decimal. 2/5% is less than a half of 1%. Less than a half of 1%. If it was money, that means it's less than a half of a penny. That's its value. So it's pretty small. An example I can think of in real life is sometimes when I'm driving around, I see signs that say about blood alcohol content and what's not legal. Obviously, nobody should drive with any amount of alcohol in their system, but when you see 0.08%, that means it is it's not 8%. 0.08% is a very, very small number. Anyway, so we're writing these. That's a real life example of where you might see a number that is a percentage that's less than 1%. So write each percent as a fraction as a decimal. So I'm starting off with 2/5%. How should we attack this? 2/5%. If I was going to write that as a decimal percent instead, I could think about it like this. 2/5%. The 5 goes on the outside, the 2 goes on the inside. I know that I'm going to be adding in some zeros here, so I'm just going to do it now. I can't divide a 5 out of 2, so that's a 0. And then I subtract and bring down. I can take 5 out of 20 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. So 2/5% could be written as 4/10 of a percent. 4/10 is a percent of a percent. Remember I told you a little earlier it's less than a half of a percent. So 4/10 of a percent. Percent is when you compare a number to 100. So I would have 0.4 on top and 100 on bottom. Now, when I said that we don't really want this number to be a decimal, so what would I have to multiply that by to get it to be just a 4? And the answer is I would have to multiply it by 10. So we're going to multiply this by 10. 100 times 10 is 1,000. So 2/5% could be rewritten as 0.4%, which could be rewritten as 4/1000ths, which, I mean, 4 and 1,000 are both divisible by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 1,000 divided by 2 is 500. Those are both divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 500 divided by 2 is 250. These are all different versions of fractions that are equivalent to 4/10 of a percent. And another way to read this is 4/1000ths. Remember when you're doing decimals, the first one is the tenths, and then the hundredths, and then the thousandths. This is the thousandths place. that's where the 4 belongs. And so we fill this in with zeros. So the decimal equivalent is 0.004, 4 thousandths. Whew. Okay, on the next one, they went ahead and wrote it right away so that it looked more like this. It's 3/10 of a percent, which is a little less than 1/3 of a percent. Let's see. So we want to write that as a fraction and as a decimal. So as a fraction, this is 0.3 over 100. We want it to be regular old 3. So once again, we're going to multiply by 1,000. I'm sorry, multiply it by 10. 100 times 10 is 1,000. It's a lot like the last problem that we just did, right? 3 1,000ths. And 3 1,000ths, that's as easy as it gets. You can't break that down anymore. And again, that 3 is in the 1,000ths place. That's that third little line here. So decimal 003, 3 1,000ths. So those are some ways to write those as decimals and percents. I think I know where they're really kind of going with this, and I want you to notice something. Will you look at this number for me? 0.4%, and this number here, 0.004. This is the way your parents learned it, and the way that one of your parents is trying to explain to you right now. If you want the percent sign to go away, the trick is you take this decimal and you move it left 2 places, 1, 2, and you put zeros in to hold its place. So 4% is the same as 0.004. If you want to make something into a percent, you'd go the other way. So if you have a problem that's 0.004 and you want to rewrite it as a percent, you take the decimal and move it 2 places to the right. So 0.004 is the same as 0.4%. I have a really, really dumb Slender Man example. Not to be super creepy. This is like the creepiest YouTube post I think I've ever done. I always used to think about the percentage sign as like the Slender Man. And if you want it to go away, you have to run away from it. So if you want this to go away, you got to run from it 2 places. And in that video game, Slender Man, if you ever want him to come back, you just turn around and run the way you were coming. So if you want the percentage side to come back, you go this direction, you go toward the percent, 2 places. Why 2 places? Because it's always out of 100. Okay, and 100 has 2 zeros. That's a trick. It's not a very good way to remember it at all, but it works.